Well, hello, internet users, and how are we on this fine day? They call me IG88 Gorgon because I made that name up for myself. And welcome to the first episode of Source Mod Madness. What is Source Mod Madness, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's a series where I will be reviewing mods for Source and Goldsource games. This series is inspired by one of a similar name called Doom Mod Madness over on the channel Icarus Lives. I will leave a link to that in the description below. It's a really good series. I'd suggest checking it out if you like Doom mods, or Doom in general. So, what is the mod that we are checking out today? If you weren't able to tell from the title or the thumbnail, I'll tell you. It's called Brutal Half-Life. What is Brutal Half-Life? Brutal Half-Life is a modification for Half-Life 1 that seeks to replicate the effects of Brutal Doom, a very popular and well-known mod for Doom. I thought it would be only fitting, as this series is inspired by one about Doom mods. So, what does Brutal Half-Life do to my game, I hear you asking? This mod adds lots of extra awesome amounts of blood and gore, along with some special little animations for said blood and gore. One of the features of this mod is the ability to gib enemies in more ways than the usual vanilla way of throwing an explosive at them or hitting their corpse with a crowbar. This includes being able to shoot off limbs of your enemies, which is actually really cool. I like this, because you can do things like shoot both the arms off a zombie and watch it flail its shoulders at you helplessly, not being able to do anything. It's adorable. One of the other things that you can do in this mod is kick. This kick is similar to the one in Brutal Doom, if you are familiar to that, but if you're not so familiar with Doom and more familiar with Half-Life mods like I am, it is comparable to the kick from S-Mod. Unlike the kick from S-Mod, though, I don't like this one all that much. I don't know if it's directly replicating the one from Brutal Doom, because I myself have never played Brutal Doom, but the kick does allow you to do what it can in Brutal Doom, kick enemies back and knock them over. I like this. Also, it has the ability to kill a headcrab in one hit. I like this. Makes a crowbar more obsolete than it already is, but I still like it. What I don't like about the kick, though, is the fact that it pretty much stops combat. When you kick, you can't move, which really puts you in a bit of a position where it's like, well, it's better to just shoot my enemies than trying to kick them over and get a cool kill on them. One of the other problems that I have with the kick is that when you kick, it erases the quick switch to your previous weapon. So I would find myself with my revolver out, with my shotgun as my quick switch, and then I'd round a corner, there would be a zombie, I'd be like, alright, cool, I'm gonna kick him over, get a cool shotgun kill, kick him in the face, go to switch to my shotgun, end up missing the revolver shot. Why is that, you may ask? That's because it decided to switch to my revolver, even though that was already what I had out. The kick is one of those things that is really just better to not use it in most cases. The only time that I really found myself effectively using the kicking was against head crabs and for kicking open crates. So, what else is in Brutal Half-Life besides the kick and gore? Well, not a whole lot, to be honest. This mod is in beta, I will give it that, beta 0.1, but it's been in beta 0.1 since 2015, making me think it's not going to go a whole lot elsewhere, which is quite unfortunate. The other things that are in the mod, though, are the LMG from Opposing Force, some edits to clip sizes and fire rates of weapons, such as the shotgun specifically, having a much faster fire rate and reload speed to replicate the one from Brutal Doom, which I actually quite like. It's pretty nice. This mod also gives the crowbar a secondary hard-hitting fire, similar to the hard-hitting fire mode from the Opposing Force Wrench, or if you're familiar with No More Room in Hell, the melee weapon secondary from No More Room in Hell. Another new secondary fire added is that of the Glock, The Glock's regular secondary fire of just being able to fire twice as fast is replaced with the ability to put a silencer on your Glock. Now, normally I would love this. I tend to love silencers in games. I don't know why, they just sound cool. But this is one of those situations where I really just don't like it. Because the whole point of Brutal Half-Life is to feel like you're powerful and ripping through your enemies. And the Glock with the silencer on, it doesn't do anything for me. It just feels less powerful. Plus, the silencer doesn't actually affect the gameplay at all, from what I can tell. Like, I can fire right next to an enemy with the Glock out normally. That enemy will hear me. I can fire next to the enemy with the silencer on. That enemy will still hear me. Doesn't matter. Just adds a different bullet hole when you hit the wall. Another thing that really kind of disappointed me about this mod was the fact that there just wasn't a whole lot of new to it. For the most part, it's just the basic Half-Life arsenal with the addition of the opposing force LMG. It's really not a whole lot special. And I will admit, I really do like the new lighting effects, and like I already said, I really like the gib system. But it just isn't enough. One of the other problems that I have is that the most satisfying weapons to use, in my opinion, in this mod are the revolver with its really nicely beefed up sound. I really like the revolver in this mod, and the LMG. But the revolver, being in vanilla Half-Life as one of the most powerful weapons in the game, it doesn't get a whole lot of ammo, and there aren't spruced up ammo drops anywhere. And with the LMG, you get that off of grunts that are carrying it, and there are no ammo packs for it anywhere. The only way to get ammo for the LMG is to get it as a drop from grunts. And that's really unfortunate, because it would have been great to be able to throw all of my LMG ammo at Nihilanth. But unfortunately, I didn't have any, because they didn't even add me to the supply room in Lambda Complex. So that was a bit of an unfortunate letdown, in my opinion. Like I said, though, I really like the revolver in this mod. To be honest, for the first majority of the mod, I really wasn't enjoying myself. I was kind of bored, because this is my third time playing through Half-Life 1 with no campaign differences at all, and not a whole lot of actual gameplay differences. Like, at least when I played Half Pain, there were gameplay differences. I could run around with slow-mo, and I could shoot grenades out of the air. It was cool, and Brutal Half-Life just, it didn't do anything for me. I really did start enjoying myself more once I got to the point where controllers start showing up, because that's when I started using my revolver, and I realized, hey, I've been saving up revolver ammo for the past half end of the game, and I had a blast with the revolver, just shooting everything with it, until I ran out of ammo, and didn't get any more. It sucked. It really did, because then I didn't have any more powerful weapons that were effective, because the only other powerful weapon I had ammo for was the shotgun, and that's got no use whatsoever against controllers or the Nihilanth. Simply enough, it just lost the amount of power in my arsenal. Something else that really disappointed me is the fact that weapons like the crossbow, which normally in Half-Life are really awesome weapons that you feel so cool about using because you can kill enemies instantly with the crossbow, but the crossbow in Brutal Half-Life is super underwhelming. I wish, honestly, that they had gone and changed it a little bit to be maybe a bit more like the one from Half-Life 2, where it has kickback to it. Like, I get that it's a tranquilizer crossbow. Why it's a tranquilizer crossbow in the first place, I really don't know, but that's what it is in the vanilla game. And they didn't change that at all. I really do wish that they had made it an actual crossbow. Another thing is, the crossbow doesn't even get its normal niche of being the only weapon that can fire underwater. most of your weapons can fire underwater in this mod for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a thing. It's really, really strange. Either way, I'm not going to complain. Makes dealing with ichthyosaurs a lot easier. And I hate ichthyosaurs. They suck. They're scary. Honestly. There is supposed to be an Easter egg map and weapon of the first mission of Doom and the BFG 9000 respectively. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the Doom Easter egg map, and I did get to mess around a tiny little bit with the BFG in the tutorial map, which is less of a tutorial map and more of just a showcase of what you can do in the mod, which is nice, but at the same time not great because it doesn't really tutorial. Like, I couldn't figure out at all how to get the iron sights to work or how to dual wield the MP5, which are things that are shown in trailers on the mod page. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I would love to have actual iron sights on my weapons. I would love to dual wield the MP5, go around rapid fire launching grenades at my enemies, but I couldn't do it because I couldn't figure out how, or either that, or that's meant to come out in the next version, which doesn't look like it's happening. So, all in all, what is my opinion of this mod? So, I do have to say, I really like the concept, and I really think that there is a lot of work put into it already, just getting the Gib system working and such, but it feels like the kind of thing that would be better if it was an add-on to the base game rather than a standalone mod. Like, make it like Ketchup is on Doom, an add-on that you slap in that allows you to get blood and gore. I understand that they wanted to go for the Brutal Doom style thing, but at least with Brutal Doom you can play it on any map pack that you want. From what I can tell, I can't just throw this onto opposing force or anything. It really does make me a little bit sad, because I would love to throw this into half pane and just go around ducking and dodging and blasting my enemies to pieces in slow motion, but I just can't do that. Either that or I'm too stupid to figure out how to, but that's debatable. Something I should also mention before I close out the video is that there are some slight changes to the AI, like giving H-Grunts the ability to fire SMG grenades. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why they weren't able to do it vanilla, but it is a nice feature, I will completely admit that. That made me smile and go, oh, crap, I'm more screwed than I was before now. All in all, I give Brutal Half-Life a 6 out of 10, for now at least. If it does get updated with something major, I will make sure to cover it on another episode of Source Mod Madness. For now, though, time for me to close the video out. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below not just what I can do to improve this time. Also, comment down below any mods that you would like me to check out. Preferably have them be for Goldsource or Half-Life 1 right now, while I'm trying to fix Source games from crashing my computer every time I try to Alt-Tab. But if you want to suggest me a Source mod, I'll check it out, and I'll see if I can get it functional. Thank you so much for watching. This is IG88 Gorgon, signing out. Peace.